Okay, so we're going on to the next episode 23, which is called Tenko Shimura Origin. Now, that's his original name. He's now, Tomura Shigaraki. So, he's abandoned this identity. So, this, I'm guessing, will be his life before he met All for One. I also did want to note, pro tip from the comments section once again, there's not 26 episodes in this season like there is in a standard anime season. Apparently there's only 25. So that means the storyline really has to wrap up fast, especially if we're going to be doing flashbacks. So I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. But we might as well get right into it now.
Growth spurts.
Interesting.
Gotta get a copy of you before it's.
So he has to remeasure her here. So does that mean that if someone changes appreciably since he last measured them, he can't make a copy of them at all? Like his power somehow knows what their real self is like? Because it'd be my thought that if he made a copy of her now without remeasuring her, that he would just make the version of her that he measured. But apparently that's not true. Apparently he actually has to be accurate or else it doesn't work. So somehow his power like has knowledge. Like it's a weird way to say he has knowledge outside of his own body and power. He doesn't know that. That's unconscious, but that's how his power works, it seems.
I'll measure
Get,
her.
get a blood transfusion from the fake. Wait a minute. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Could you do a blood transfusion from them? They don't seem to be made of flesh. Like they come out of that mud. Like his power is kind of modeled after like a golem, right? It's a artificial being made out of earth or clay. Do they have blood? Like, could you do a transfusion from one of his copies to the original? That would be weird. I think that'd be weird, right? So even if the blood transfusion does work, that's kind of messed up. Like you're taking the dying copy to save the dying original. I don't know. The morality of his power is very interesting because it's mostly used to make fodder basically, but they have their own will, so it's very morally complicated. We'll say complicated. I don't think I actually even know what Spinner's power is.
Unfortunate.
I will say that is something I've wondered since the beginning of the show. Meta humans are the majority now, but I don't think the same can be said about people who have quirks who also don't look like standard humans, like Spinner and like Coda and like some other people we've seen who have more animal or like non-human characteristics, like Cementos, for instance. And I wonder, I know how kids are in real life. In a previous part of my life, I was a teacher, and I just don't. It would have to be rough for people who don't look like they're humans to grow up. Even though quirks are accepted, I don't know how accepted people with non-human shapes are.
Stress. He stores up his stress and turns it into power. The more he accumulates, the bigger.
So he is the Hulk, in a way.
I'm sure you're
Oh, there's confirmation then, huh?
to destroy anything you
It sucks, by the way. I see what's happening here. So, way back when Shigaraki was first introduced, he was saying something about his father when the hand on his that he usually wore on his face back then was removed. Here's what I'm guessing. His sister was also saying dad's in a good mood. So Shigaraki had an abusive father, and all of the other members of his family surrounding him failed to intervene and stop his father from being that way. They were kind, sure, but they didn't do what had to be done. And when he snapped, he just killed them all. Maybe at first it was an accident, but then some of it was on purpose, right? Skeptic didn't have all the data.
Wanna be a hero?
Okay, so aside from the fact that we already know he's Nana's grandson, I think we can see here why there's more to this than just that his dad believes that he doesn't have a quirk and that it will basically hurt him to try to become a hero without one. I'm thinking the father also resents his own mother, who would be Nana, for not being around, either because she was doing hero work or because she got killed when he himself was at a young age. You can be a hero. The same thing that made Midoriya really believe in himself.
I found this lady is our grandma.
Oh no.
Wow.
Together anymore, Kotaro.
No.
I'm sorry
He just handled it badly as well.
You apologize, right? Hey! Protect me next time! Help me!
When Mom crumbled, I thought a villain attack.
No.
And when Hana fell apart,
Oh
it was the
no.
same. I thought it was someone.
Oh.
Well,
That's so horrendous. And it affected him too. That's why his face is like it is.
understood what was going on.
She even tried to embrace him while she was decaying? Oh, that's too much.
Touch more.
Oh. That's rough. Ooh. I don't know what could be in the next episode, if this is it on the flashbacks, but I think we can put the whole picture together now. That's such a tragedy. His life was literally just about to turn around, maybe. And then his power showed up. Emotional stress. It does make you wonder if someone like Deku could actually have had a power that he didn't know about and that medical science didn't know about. Because Tenko, as he was known then, didn't show a power at 5. He would have had the same checks Midoriya had. It does make you wonder. Who knows? Maybe we'll get that more info on that at some other point, but wow. The show continues to surprise with how it can get me. You know, you would never think. You knew, you could sense that Shigaraki had a tragic backstory, and you could kind of interpret what must have happened, but to see it in such debilitating detail, it's just rough. It's horrific. But kudos to the show, because you should feel it when something like this is revealed about a character. So, good job.